Subscribe to Film Companion for your film fix. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thank you and welcome to Film Companion. I've just seen the trailer of Sye Raa and it looks like such a spectacle. Sir, of course, I want to begin with you.
Please.
So the writers, the Pachuri brothers, said that they've been talking to you about this biopic for almost a decade.
Yes.
What about this fascinated you and has fascinated you for this long, and why was this the right time to make it?
Almost right from our childhood in our textbooks, so we've been reading about great heroes who fought against British for the freedom. But this story was not told anywhere, and nobody knows about this story. And apart from his freedom struggle, this story has all kind of emotions which will be suitable to a commercial movie. I was tempted for that. On top of it, today's youth should know how much that heroes in the history and past, they struggled, they sacrificed for the freedom. And now we are enjoying the freedom. And that's the reason this is story, there's no time, it's a timeless. So I thought, yeah, we should make this movie. So whenever I thought, the problem why I didn't go for sets, because of the budget constraint. It's a huge film and we have to spend a lot. So
I heard between 200 and 300 crore, producer. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're right.
Which one, 200 or 300?
He'll know by 2nd October. He'll know by 2nd October.
He's just nodding.
We'll know by 2nd October where we landed.
We're still spending.
Still spending.
So at this point, it made sense.
Now I thought as my 151 film after my comeback, my 150th film, that is Khaidi number 150, it was a very big hit commercially and it crossed all the previous records. After that, without no time, he crossed me with his film
Rangasthalam.
Rangasthalam.
Of
That's
course.
a different story.
Yeah.
But
I love the family rivalry.
and it has given me that now thought, why can't we start this movie? And I have to say thanks to Bahubali. Bahubali, such a movie where it is given us thought, even if you spend crores in 100, 200, 300, you can get it back, no problem that way. So to give the best, we at pan-India, we can make definitely budget-wise, no problem. Producer can get their money back to an extent. And this story has to go and seen by every Indian. That's what I mean. So we have successfully completed the movie and the result is there in the people's hand. They have to tell how they feel.
So you come in at what stage? When do you two decide Excel needs to be with this film?
I think they decided more than us. Not that we decided. I had no idea of this film. I had no idea of this story. And when Charan and Anil came and met me with it and they were, discussing at the end of understanding, at that time he had just a little bit of a teaser, not even up to this end, but he told me the whole process. He told me about since how they were planning. And the sheer fact that you talk of an unsung hero, you talk of the first rebel who actually inspired everything else which came after that. So like we rightfully feel today where we are free, but it had its fair share of sacrifice from various people. And there is this one character, this one hero which has been unsung. You don't know of him. So for me, that was exciting. And then when he showed me visually what they had done with it, I was completely mesmerized. I said, okay, listen, at the end of it, I was hoping that he leaves the office saying that, yeah, you guys will be on board. So it was reversed. So we were really glad that actually the film came to us and we were happy, we're all hungry and greedy for good stories. So I thought this was the perfect way of telling the story to a pan-India audience.
But it has been a tough film to make. There was a fire on the set. There were some media reports I saw about descendants coming to ask for money. Charan, was there ever a time where you just felt overwhelmed?
Definitely. I felt overwhelmed many times. Sometimes just dealing with the media, dealing with the guys who like to claim and have a bite of this whole big thing. And then just counseling people to just get the job done. At the end of the day, our motto was to get the job done. No matter how many problems we have between the technicians, artists, and various departments. So end of the day, our motto has to be get the job done. Nothing stops the shoot.
But
So
I
it is
saw
an
your
effort.
interview with Upasana, and she was saying that when she saw the action sequences, she came running to you and said, "What are you making him do?"
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and you said he'll manage it, but how at 60 plus are you managing it? And did you ever feel like, damn, I'm pushing Dad too far?
I mean, to be frank, I don't know on every day. I was never on the sets, but I used to get an update every 2 days, and I feel once he's on his costume and the makeup, he himself transforms into another person.
Really?
Of course, even if he wants to stop, nobody's going to say and push him.
Of course.
So it's him who gave the whole team that energy that you can push me. So
How do you do it?
I don't know, that spirit will come automatically when I put. And when it comes to dances, when it comes to fight and all these things, I'll get whelmed. That energy will come automatically.
I think the spirit
Maybe
of
you made
Narasimha
it in my
Reddy
body. Yeah. So, it like this, I will transform myself. My wife, evidently she has seen when I've come back film. So that time my mood, my body language, everything has been changed. And when I was in the film, in politics, serious politician, that time always, I was occupied and hardly I'll smile and hardly I'll get excited for anything. I was always stressed and other things.
This is his comfort zone. And
Yeah, this is
Really?
yeah, when
so
I
shoot
enter into
movie
the
sets.
film sets, I'll feel, yeah, this is my area now. This is my area where. So I'll become jubilant. So I don't know, without my knowledge, I'll become like that. So my wife says, better be in the film industry, don't do politics. They disgrace me.
Yeah. Let's do what keeps you happy.
Yeah. So this is your strength. You can do better. So see, if you are happy and comfortable, all of us, we are happy and comfortable.
But you didn't have a day when they said, okay, ride this horse or pick up this sword or whatever. There was no moment when you said,
No.
no, this is too much.
That way, no.
Not at all.
No, not at all. Whatever they say, I'll do that. But they have to think whether I can do or not. Is it risky or not risky? But they have to. But I never say no to anything. But recently, some small portions are done by a local fight coordinator, stunt master. They were telling.
Patchwork, yeah.
So how to make him to do, and without, beyond their imagination, I could do that. And for example, underwater sequences, they're real. So I'm supposed to kill one guy. They planned for 2 days in Bombay.
In
only.
Bombay, there's an underwater.
There is underwater
where we
sea
shoot
sequence
underwater.
with the Navy something. And I landed here by 10 o'clock. By 11:30, I was ready with the makeup. Completely underwater. Camera, everything is ready. To acclimatize, they think it will take 2-3 hours. I
But
went,
the sets
what to
were
do, they showed me the ground. I went inside, I hold him, I did finish. Within 2 hours, everything has finished. They planned for 2 days. They said, they wondered, they were taken aback. They said, how you could do that? I don't know, easy. I did like that.
Farhan, career goals, 150 films.
Yeah,
and,
So,
No, I mean, obviously.
so by 3:30, I came back I took my flight the day.
No, I mean, given of course his experience, given the respect and the regard that people have for him, so I can't imagine him not behaving professionally on any set.
Correct.
But the fact is that also this film is something he's lived with for 12 years. The genesis of wanting to make this film and tell this story has come from him. And that somehow there's an X factor always in that. When it comes from inside of you, it's not just a job.
Right.
And that can somehow compel you and get you to do things that are unimaginable.
Yeah. I agree with Farhan Akhtar. He's right. Maybe that thing, that's your speed, that might have
Just the
drove me
obsession
to
with
the,
it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Charan, is this the sort of burden of bringing his obsession to life? Has that been a challenge for you? I mean, you also have your own acting career. You have many things you're doing, and then this is a dream he's had. And this is also inspired because you got to do Magadhira and he had never done a costume. Correct? I see how this rivalry is just playing itself out.
I'm jealous of his. When I saw this film Magadhira, real I'm envy.
Yeah. And now you're Was it very difficult?
I don't know if it's karma or what, where his dream project I had to become this. But any role has some challenges, and that's inevitable. But I really enjoyed these challenges, and doing something your dad really wanted to do for like 20 to 12 odd years, and making that happen for him, for everything he's done for your family, for myself personally, my career. Nothing I give him back would ever suffice and equal that. This is nothing. I can do much more for him, and I'll continue to do so.
Are there any specific challenges for actor producers? Do you ever find yourself in a place where you are really dying to do something as actors, but you know when you have your producer hat on, it doesn't make sense? I don't know. Does that happen? Is that a thing?
Absolutely. I mean,
It does?
Yeah. Sometimes I just want to run away. But obviously, those are the times you feel challenged and you refocus and do some magic.
Yeah, that does happen. I mean,
Do you
read
want to
something-
run away, Farhan?
No, it's not a question of running away. You read something and you
break.
inherently feel that this belongs to this actor or it belongs to somebody because of a certain, I don't know, maybe their persona, their image, the way you know them. That does happen. And many times there have been scripts, for example, that have come to me, to act in and that we've ended up producing. But somebody else has been in because I've always felt like it would suit that person more. And so every actor, I mean, of course, you want to be as versatile as you can and you want to be as complete as you can. But everyone has their strengths.
Sure.
And if a script comes that plays so correctly to somebody's strengths, I mean, it would be unfair for you to not at least try and get that person to start with.
Yeah. But this film has the most amazing actors. I mean, apart from you, there's Vijay, Sethupathi and Sudeep and Ravi Kishan. I mean, it's just like this kind of line, Mr. Bachchan. Oh my God, like the cameo is Mr. Bachchan. So, Farhan, when you see this, does this role as producer also sometimes kind of inform the acting? Do you take away anything from this experience that you can put into the acting also for you? Does that cross over in any way?
I don't know how to apply that. I mean, eventually, I'm sure he would agree, there are two things that always come into play. One is maybe a fantasy of wanting to work with someone. So if that comes along, maybe you'll make a certain exception to what's being offered to you because you really want to be a part of a certain film or you want to work with a certain director or co-act, with somebody. So you would do that. But beyond that, I think it would be, even if it's one scene in a film or two scenes in a film, there has to be something for you to do. You just don't want to be a prop.
Correct.
So as long as you're getting something to do, I don't think scenes and number of scenes and all matter. If the story is great and you have a role to play, I think that is what is crucial. And apart from that, of course, you have fantasies of wanting to be in a film with someone. And when that comes along, why not? I mean, just for the sake of ticking that off your list, that I got to be in a film with this person. Yeah, for sure. I mean, do it for free. Why charge money for it? Because it's fulfilling
It's
another
your
part of
dream.
your life.
Yeah.
No, that way really I indebted to Amitabh Bachchan Saab. Just I called him and I had to do a character which is a mentor to me. He said, for me it is a Telugu is a problem. I said, no problem, whatever language you are comfortable with, you can talk and deliver your dialogues. I said, then okay, no problem, I'll do. And that was the first time he was doing other language films.
I must say, he didn't even charge for his flight tickets.
That is a
Nothing
greatness with
except,
that man. You said, as I was telling, they might do free. So that way, Mr. Bachchan, he did allow me to
Nothing.
keep a private jet for travel. And,
Nothing.
I offered
amazing.
how to.
I could not push him more than that.
I just did it for your friendship and that's it, Chiranjeevi. We are my known friends since long time. You just asked. I said yes. Nothing,
so
no problem.
gracious of him.
And really, great. I learned a lot with his gestures. Wonderful. And that way we are so lucky to
have a part of this.
But what's amazing is that you, after 40 years of making movies, are still excited and saying, I learned from this, I learned from that. I mean, that's just wonderful. How do you keep this passion alive? I mean, 150 films, that's insane.
One thing I don't keep in my mind what I achieved and what my experience. Always I'll just try what to do next. How to give best of my ability, and that's how I look into future. That's the reason I don't feel like that. That's it.
You know, in that interview, you also said, Charan is my greatest achievement. Is that a lot of pressure for you?
It is a lot of.
Is it? Yeah. Just a little bit of pressure. You know what I love when I saw this trailer and even the teaser is that you've got, of course, yourself, massive Telugu star. You've got Mr. Bachchan, you know, massive Hindi film star. You've got Vijay Sethupathi, who's one of the most exciting actors. I feel like genuinely the sort of these walls between industries no longer exist.
Yeah, you are right.
You know, and it's so exciting for me as a lover of cinema, as an observer of cinema, as a chronicler of cinema, just see that anything is possible. And I have to tell you this story that when I first saw that, and I'm like, wait, which language is it? Like, because it could be anything. It could be Telugu, Malayalam, I'm not Malayalam, but Telugu, Tamil, Hindi. And so tell me, what do you see happening in the next few years as these synergies keep going, as people like you put your muscle and might behind these films, you know, you're making these grand spectacles. What happens now for Indian cinema?
I mean, fortunately now it's become Indian cinema. Earlier it used to be South or it used to be Bollywood and all. Now we've started using these phrases that it's more become one. Yeah. And I think all these films, I think what is happening is that no more, I don't think these boundaries which earlier somebody asked us this, but I've never experienced that. I've never thought about it like that, and obviously the audiences are evolving. Today we're not only watching Indian regional cinema, we're watching world cinema. Like of late we started, because of the digital medium. We're exposed to everything, and here when you see these kind of stories, it doesn't matter now whether it's dubbed, whether it's not dubbed, whether even if the film wasn't dubbed and it had subtitles. Because whatever I've seen of it, I've seen it in subtitles.
Correct.
I've only seen like almost 10-15 minutes of film, but he had to subtitle because there was no way I was going to get it. So I think definitely with the stories which we are talking about, like this story, if it wasn't, I mean, we were not, I was not aware of the story. Yep. Most people were not, so I think with them discovering these stories and sharing it with an entire audience is exciting. So I think obviously with the audience is going, even film content-wise, you're going to be encouraged to tell these kind of stories. He had to wait 12 years. Hopefully next time he likes something, it won't take that long. So I think it's good times, for a good story.
Yeah. Can't wait to see it. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Before wrap up, I would like to say thanks to all my co-stars, Vijay Sethupathi and Sudeep and Kishan and one Mr. Jagpati Babu and of course
Tamannaah. So it's an endless list.
Nayanthara and Anupama Chopra. They cooperated so well and they won the film. And with a small request, this thing, they obliged. So whenever we want dates, they have given, wherever we asked them to come, they came all the way, even to Tbilisi, like Georgia. And really, the cooperation which I got it from all the actors, and really amazing, and really through your film companion, I would like to convey my thanks to each and everyone.
That's where you're asking. You have to, who's at the other end of the line also? You are asking.
That way I'm very happy.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you.
And
these two.
There are
two
Ritesh
fine
and
men.
Farhan, Ravita, Anil, they came forward. They're being part of this film. Humongous film.
Yeah.
So you all have put 3 years, we've been only 1 month. So
Really,
don't give us too much credit, right?
thank you.
Heartfelt thanks to these guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If you like this video, please do subscribe Film Companion. Sye Raa.
Perfect.
Perfect.